Woohoo! Who is ready for some real turkey?
This
Tony said, I
this
am.
is yeah, this is the week that I do all the cooking because I'm the Southern boy. Kim gets a break this week. No Vietnamese food for Thanksgiving. Although she's got her brother coming in town, he may want some Vietnamese food.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to drive to Nashville pick him up. Man, the
Yeah,
road couldn't fly. Amazing,
I love it.
amazing.
I love it. Well, hey, today we had talked last week about doing a boot camp on setting up your Chat GPT profile and everything that Jim Lambright was talking about. Turns out Jim has another event he's got to do today. He's got a meeting he's got to go to, so he won't be able to do it. So we're going to do that on another week, probably next week or the week after. We'll make sure Jim has free time for that. So today we're talking about the holidays and what you can do in real estate around the holidays. Some of the things that you can do to engage with your family and friends, your sphere of influence, your database, and going over different ideas on what to do and find out what you're doing, what's working, and what Kim did way back in the day. What a lot of our agents have done back in the day. So this is going to be a joint conversation. We're all just going to talk about different things. I've got a bunch of ideas, but I want to hear from you guys what you're doing around the holidays, since we got so many top level agents here that are very experienced and know the drill. Because we already talked about to keep your activity up during the holidays to make sure you go into 2026 as a banner year. But let's talk about some things you do just because it's the holidays. What do you do around Thanksgiving? What do you do around Christmas? Some of the Christmas stuff. So I see Tony's on. Hey Tony, how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing, Rob?
Doing
Doing a little,
great.
we've been slammed, but yeah, it's going
That's
good.
good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So start things off a little bit. Justin and Brooke, they're in Disney World this week, but last week they had an event at their house called Friendsgiving. They do it every year. They had 80 people show up,
Wow.
and
What?
essentially what they did is they invited past clients and then the community around where they live. People brought their own food, brought their families, all that kind of stuff, and set up long banquet tables and just got to know everybody again. And it was a great success. It was a lot of fun, and did that this past week. But that's one of the things we do every year. It's just inviting past clients over to the house and having a Thanksgiving dinner, and they call it Friendsgiving. It's what they do. So everybody contributes, brings food, brings their favorite drink, and everybody shows up. Yeah, it works out great. It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you. So how does that work for them in the past when they've done these Friendsgiving? What has come out of those?
Well, they're Icon EXP agents, and I think 8 years in a row now, and staying connected to past clients more than just a phone call, more than just a note. Actually see them, face to face really works out great, and just staying connected through the years with different types of events. But yeah, it's worked out real well for them. Just staying connected to past clients.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've noticed that the more personal you can be with your past clients and sphere of influence, the more they will send you referrals and they will keep you top of mind. That's
Yeah.
been key.
So
One
one
of
of
the
the ideas that if you guys could do this, I have an idea that I thought about this together. I mean, because right now I'm building in Atlanta, so I don't have a big sphere like I was in Nashville. So if you guys are local and have like a lot of people, one of the ideas that me and a group will get together that we was gonna do this year, which we started today, is to get a group of all your past clients together and friends and neighbors together, and you host what you call together, make a handmade card that will be delivered to elderly people, and the elderly people, and then with a gift back to them. And so we get all the neighbors and all the spirit from come together and eat, bring some food and bring handmade card or come together and make cards. So this is what's going to execute for for I mean literally Christmas. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I thought about last week. I'm like, man, because usually around the holiday I have all kind of stuff. Like one of the year we did was we get our kids, did exactly that. We have our kid written all the happy Thanksgiving to all the Ellie and then all the balloons. And Rob and I got Cash and Coco literally go to this neighborhood and have them give out gifts to everyone. And that before we invite anybody to do it. So if you good guys right now, immediately you can get your neighbors together, just go out and just get a few of them together and do just 10, 20 people, make a small one. Don't have to make a big one and you still have time to do it. And you can start it like, hey, we're just gonna get together. You have any old card that you want to give out? Didn't have to be handmade, right? Just something, just get them together. That's the key. Anything, any old card that you have, just bring Thanksgiving and we're gonna write this card and go and visit, have little gifts. All these elderly people need is some chocolate, some candy, something in a little bag that they can see for Thanksgiving because nobody actually visiting this elderly at all. And so that will be a good, feel good for the whole community, for the neighborhood. So I think you guys should do that. Beside, friends giving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just get together with people. That's key.
Yeah, getting together. Yeah, and of course Friday is the Georgia Tech game at 3:30 in the afternoon. So that's a good
Oh,
time to get friends together as well. And
That's another thing. It can be a sports event, a common theme type thing, right?
yeah, it's going to have to be at the house because those tickets are about $600 a piece now. It's going to
oh
be on the big
man.
screen.
Hey, you get to see more that way, right?
That's
And
right.
the
That's right.
replays.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
who want to talk about what about doing that Thanksgiving get together? What kind of conversation do you open up to talk? Kellen and Keith and Jordan, like what do you talk about doing those
Kelly,
things?
talk about what you do, Kelly.
So in the past, we've had a chicken and whiskey.
Ooh,
And chicken and whiskey is everyone brings a bottle of ther favorite whiskey. I don't drink, but apparently we collect alcohol here. And there's a funny story.
Drink all
Keith
the
regifted
time.
a bottle of wine to someone because too much comes in. But anyway, at the chicken and whiskey, I cook all the chicken. I am a master at cooking chicken. So I cook all the chicken. No, that's a true statement. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna open a chicken shack. But anyway, and some people brought side items, but everyone bought a bottle of their favorite whiskey. And so people who drink whiskey were tasting others and critiquing it. And that year, the last time we did it, I think the Steelers were playing. And so we had a few people here from Pittsburgh.
mm.
And so that was interesting. Uh, so usually it's around a sports game. I'm a big football and basketball fan, so I'm that loud person that's yelling and screaming and sometimes running through the house. But But it's a lot of fun because people got to know each other that didn't know each other before.
Right,
And
right.
so they had conversations among themselves. And it's a lot of work, but it's very that's probably the funnest time that we have. And they all come to our house and we have chicken and whiskey. So
Is
that's
that
that's what
to
we
all the
do.
neighbors too, or who do you
We
invite in that
We
group?
haven't invited neighbors. They were sphere of influence. We
Okay.
haven't invited all of our neighbors, mostly because we don't know all of them, which is our fault because we haven't gotten out. And it's like a wave, but it hasn't been like a formal relationship built. So we're working on that.
Well,
Hey, don't y'all, I
the
know I raised
challenge.
my hand because I'm the same way. I gotta get to know my neighbors too. Wow.
Well, we've been challenged by our coach to get out there and meet the neighbors. So it's the perfect time. Holiday.
Right?
We could take what's happening in the neighborhood and just say, hey, we just want to introduce you with a holiday, put in a nice little envelope and give it to them. And I mean, this is like you couldn't ask for a better invitation just to go walk up to a neighbor, knock on their door, and to say, just want to wish you happy holidays. I'm a realtor. This is what's
Mm.
happening in our neighborhood. And if you have any needs, give me a call. So, I mean, this is, you can't think of a better invitation to get out there and go knock some doors and just with a holiday message.
That's
And
right.
also, Keith does the baking in our family, and
Ooh.
he bakes cookies partly so he can eat them, but he bakes homemade cookies. And we go to the dollar store and buy the little cookie tins, and we
Mhm.
deliver them to our sphere of influence. And they're always looking for these cookies. And if we don't
You
make it to
mail
their
them
house,
cookie?
I don't, the mail is too expensive. If
Yeah.
I can't get to you personally, you just missed out. I'll tell you about it. I'll send you a video of me enjoying them.
so he eats all the spare cookies, and if they get like a day or two old, he said they're too stale to give out. So he eats those and bakes another batch. So it's a give and take. So he makes cookies for my clients too. So we're gonna
I love
when
it.
we're in their area, we know, okay, I'm gonna bake these cookies, and he bakes them all from scratch, and he he loves doing it. So,
Mm.
but I know it's a scam. I know it's a scam.
Hey, I'm gonna need that cookie recipe, Keith, because I'm a cookie monster too. I like that.
I
Okay,
like
for
that.
sure.
Is that chocolate
I'll
cookies,
share.
Keith? What do you bake?
I use chocolate chip cookies. I know the Toll House recipe at the back of my hand, but I like dark chocolate, so I
Yeah.
use dark chocolate chips in mine. And
Ooh, that
I have
sounds
a few
good.
little things for myself, but that's what I do. I mean, I know I've been baking them since I was in high school, so I know what I'm doing. I don't need to look at the bag. I just go ahead and do it.
I remember
Oh,
back in the day, we would pick up trunk loads of cookies and or popcorn tins and deliver them around Christmas time to Kim's clients back in Nashville. I mean, we'd be going everywhere to deliver the cookies or the popcorn tins.
Yeah, and that's a hard job. It sounds easy, but people not home and in traffic, and whenever it gets to be, because Kelly used to make centerpieces too, and we would do that, and that would just be like, oh gosh, let's get this over with. So it's not easy, but it's well worth it. People remember.
Yes. Well, and that's the
Yeah.
key. You want people to remember you and to think of you. And so that's why doing these special things around the holidays makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Yeah.
those of you who are new, those of you who are new, like these are like we very seasoned, so we done this all the time. But for those of you who are new, I think a handmade Thanksgiving card to be mailed, like just have to your client, to your prospect to like, hey, happy Thanksgiving, you're wishing your family no business, need to be discussed. That will be a first thing I would do if you're brand new. Will be sending out Thanksgiving card and don't do those printing, don't do those fancy handmade. I'm sorry, just do 20 of them. I'm talking to myself right now, okay? So, like you when you start back. And that's what I'll
Victim, start your 20 right now.
yeah, doing it right now. I get to do that. I mean, literally, I went yesterday and I got some idea. I'm like, what do I mail out to? So just go and grab some card. Some peppers. Like they are like just something cute that you can just mail out to Happy Thanksgiving to them right now. And because nowadays you can see everything is so automated. We text, we group text, we do all these things, but the personal touch, I still think like go out to Target. You can find this at Target, this little cute card that have a little home and just something cute that's house related to let them remember who you are. And if you sold last year like 12 12 homes or 20 home or 30 home, that's all you need right now. That will be the first route. And if you have no client the past 12 months, you have 10 prospects, those 10 prospects should get some of these cards. So that's the basic stuff, handwritten, personally note, write them today. You see what I'm saying? Because you still have time to get there and do it after this call right now. The call of action is to write, to go to Target, go to whatever, get 20 call right now to those clients.
You,
And those are
you
basic
can,
marching order for today, for this year. And
and
then
if
if
you
you
don't
really
even want to,
got creative, I'm sorry, go ahead, Kelly.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And for Keith, I mean, for those people who like to do like Keith, go to if you don't have your budget, it's not too much, go and get some cookies and get those cookie 10, I mean 10, 5, 10, do something, even five. If 20 is too
Yeah.
many, do five. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes we over estimated what we should have done, like 500 people, all this stuff. Like sometimes the business is we just need to do 5, 10, and then the next thing is to make those phone calls. Like for me, I will call five of those past clients. You see what I'm saying? Just do five, 5, 10. The rest you can handwritten. So those marching order for people like rockstar like Nick out here. Nick, that's what you're gonna be doing. Okay? Are you game, Nick?
Oh yeah, I'm game. I'm game. Let's do it. Let's go. Cookies,
Okay, so I
Target,
want you to go and get
Target
20
gift
cards.
cards, and yeah, let's do it. I'll make the calls. I went door knocking just the other day, and I got like 6 new neighbors that I got on my mailing list. I'm about to stack
Okay,
out the newsletters right now. Yeah, it's all happening. Thanks, Kim.
that's right. So just basic things like that. If we can, in real estate, people don't understand that, we are the entrepreneur, we are the boss, we are the CEO, we are the janitor, we are the assistant, we are that person. So we have to make things happen. No matter, we always find a reason to do something for our sphere of influence, and we always find a reason to do something for our past client, our current client. That is our, what we call, constant thoughts. They should be our constant thought all the time. But handwritten gonna be 2026, gonna be my new way. Get back to the basic is handwritten notes. So I just created some really nice notes. Rock star, you're awesome, whatever. But I create a bunch and I ordered some. So next year I'm gonna do a lot of handwriting notes. 2026 is get back to the basic again. It's handwritten notes personally, your handwriting, no assistant needed, and mailing it. Just handwrite the address and put a normal stamp on there. Don't automate the stuff because, for a while I automate everything. And then, now, with all the new system, people kind of like not even sure if they read my card anymore. So going forward, personalized, handwritten. That's the new marching order for 2026 because everybody go AI, we're gonna go reverse. Whatever people go that direction, we do AI for a lot of things, but we need to go back to personal, which is go and handwritten notes
Well, and
over.
still be doing the online stuff, the social media post, even doing a live, a quick little video of Happy Thanksgiving on your
Mhm.
social media. Make sure you keep it top of mind.
Yeah.
So,
Jordan,
go ahead, Jordan. What you got?
yeah, Jordan, what you do, man?
Want to know what I do on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving or Christmas. What do you do around the holidays to stay in touch with your clients or do something special for them?
I probably should get a little better about this. I've just been so transactional. I need to get better about personal touch stuff. But uh, as far as the actual like holidays itself, whenever I show up, meeting up with family, I'm so focused on making sure that my kids aren't killing the cousins, and I'm not even focused on real estate whenever I'm meeting with family. So.
Right. So I've got a
Um,
couple of unique ideas, but go ahead, Jordan. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
One of the other things that I've got to be creative about is most of my clients are out of state. I've got a lot of out of state buyers and a lot of out of state sellers. So if I throw an event, there's probably only going to be like 10 people showing up, and I'm just going to look like a loser. And
Well, that's where like the mailing them something would help if they're out of state.
yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
and sometimes the smaller events with 10 people are better than the ones with 40 people because you get to give your undivided
Yep.
Sure.
attention to the few people that are in the room.
Yeah, true.
And that counts big time. I mean, they'll really
It
feel
does.
like you made them the star of the event, and they will remember that far more than if you have 50 people and all you could do is say hi and run from person to person.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because they can just sit there and have a little conversation. One of the things
Right.
that people said that I was doing some checking on is you can have an annual home equity checkup, and you can talk about it during the holidays. Say, hey, when can we schedule your annual home equity checkup? And just have a little meeting with them, talk to them about their home, the equity in their home, what's going on in the marketplace, that kind of thing. But you can do it when you're talking to people, making phone calls, getting in touch with people. You can ask them that as a reason to call them or communicate with them, right?
Oh yeah.
Uh, Another thing that some people came up with was community involvements like toy drives. We see a lot of toy drives. We just went to a community coffee event with some of our agents, and they were doing a toy drive or food. You either bring toys or food, right? And so they did that. They had a great little turnout. If you brought toys or food, you got a free cup of coffee at the little coffee shop. And it was a local mom and pop coffee shop who was participating. So everybody won by having people come in. They got new customers coming in. They got coffee because of the coffee shop lady, new exposure for the coffee shop company. They got toys. They got to communicate with each other. I met a lot of people there at that event. So because I went there to visit. And then volunteering as a team, volunteering food drive. I know Kim took our kids to volunteer at a Thanksgiving thing last year. Here's one that was kind of unique. It was set up a Christmas photo booth for Santa, and have your clients come take family photos with Santa, and have it all set up at a location. That was kind of unique and different, right? Then you can have a little party, get together, photo shoot with Santa. Okay, here's another one that was kind of unique. What if you create a neighborhood light tours? So you find out where all the lights are, the fun lights are, and then you do a little review of it. But you can also do out to your clients, hey, here's a great light tour if you want to take your family on, go to this address or this subdivision, this subdivision, this subdivision. So you kind of, and then maybe you can put on a tour event where y'all get together, meet at one place, and y'all go together in cars. So something fun like that that's unique and different, right?
Yeah. Hey, Rob, they used to do that in Texas. What was that neighborhood, Kelly, outside of Sugarland, where they would tour, everybody would tour the lights. I mean, it was so big. They had like what was that? When you had the open truck and people sitting back there on the haystacks, and they would take you through the whole neighborhood to look at the lights. But like you could do a subset of that for your clients and maybe take them, go see the lights and come back to your place and have coffee or something like that, or have pie and coffee or cocoa. So definitely, that's a great idea, Rob, especially if the climate's right. So outside of the usage,
Right.
what was that neighborhood? What was that neighborhood, Kelly? Can't remember.
Pecan Grove.
Pecan Grove, yeah, just outside of Sugarland. So it was a great idea. I mean, crowds of people. We went one year, you couldn't even find a parking spot. That's how crowded it was.
Wow. That would be fun to engage, because a lot of people go through life with blinders on doing the same thing every day. And if you can show them something fun to do and hey, come to this and bring your kids and enjoy the lights, that kind of thing, that could be them engaging with you in another level.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura has
Another
some
thing.
idea.
Yeah.
Laura, open up the mic and tell us what you, Laura from Orlando, Florida. Come on, lady,
Yeah.
unmute. Yeah.
So I live in a golf cart community, and actually my community is pretty unique. Everybody's very close knit. It can be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. But anyway, but yeah, so during the holidays, usually about 2 weeks before Christmas, maybe a week before Christmas, all the neighbors that have golf carts, they'll decorate the golf carts, and then they'll meet at somebody's house, and then they'll do like a little procession around the entire neighborhood, and each golf cart playing, Christmas music, and you'll hear some people singing here and there, but it's always so much fun. It's usually like around dusk time, so you can really see the lights on the golf carts. But I could tell that the community really loves, that kind of a thing.
Well, that's perfect because especially if you're in a community where you can promote, hey, I'm sponsoring it, or this group is sponsoring it, that kind of thing. That's great. Well, awareness,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And that's fun for the kids too. You can even do that in smaller communities.
Yeah. And you put your company logo on there and you can write it off on your taxes.
Yeah, that's right.
We live in a golf cart community as well. We live in a golf cart city area, and these people here are super serious about their Christmas golf cart parade. I mean, there are people, I mean, probably since Halloween have been working on the golf carts to win that thing again this year. Last year we had 175 golf carts in the Christmas parade. So I'll have to let you guys know when Ackworth, Georgia's doing it again, and you can come over and take a look.
Right? That'd be
So they
cool.
get real serious about it.
Yeah, thinking of fun, unique things. That's to get. Here's another thing that I came up with: doing hosting a thinking of selling in the new year workshop. Because next year people might have do different things. You can do a New Year, New Home campaign. Because people thinking next year, so New Year, New Home campaign. But if you're the one that's providing the answers, or if you're the one that's providing the conversation, that can be a good thing to add to a holiday edition market update. So you can do a holiday edition market update. How about let's see, this one was really cool. It was the on social media, do the 12 days of real estate tips. So starting before Christmas, they have the 12 days of Christmas, right? So before Christmas, do the 12 days of real estate tips, and each day do a new one. Tip number one, is day 12, day 11, day 10, day 1, right? So you do 12 days of real estate tips on your social media, counting down to Christmas.
Good.
That could be pretty unique. I've actually never heard of that.
The thing, like what you said, Rob, we could find a reason. It's like all these holidays, it give us a reason to reach out to them. We are as agents, we got to reach out to them no matter what, right? But this is the holiday, especially Thanksgiving. I think we should focus so much more on Thanksgiving because, this is a time we normally thanking them. You see what I'm saying? It's almost better than all the other holidays, thanking them. And then New Year's is when you actually tell them, like, hey, New Year, and wish them all these things, and see if they just it's a um thing, and give them. When I was in Nashville, the way I brand myself, when you think of real estate, you think of Kim Ha. I mean, like every one of my message, when you think of real estate, you think of Kim Ha, right? So, because, my maiden name is just like Kim Ha, Kim Ha. So when I think of real estate, everybody's like, call Kim Ha, call Kim Ha. So real estate is it's repetitive every holiday, their birthday, their anniversary, all of it, we got to think of them. How can we get in front of them, give them some value, and have them knowing that it's coming from Kelly, it's coming from Keith. Oh my God, Kelly and Keith, yeah, it's coming from them. I go, these cookies, I'm waiting, where am I gonna get my cookies? So they're waiting for that.
Yep,
They're
yep,
waiting for
yep.
the cookies. They're waiting for the chicken. They're waiting for the whiskey. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like a waiting. And I'm sure you do it more than just a holiday. You do it like every quarter or something, because whiskey and chicken, I don't drink either, but it sounds kind of cool. You see what I'm saying? So maybe
I
chicken
remember
or something.
I
Go
remember one
ahead.
of our agents told us that they went to Costco's and bought pumpkin pies and pecan pies and just
Alex,
handed out pumpkin pies and pecan pies.
Hmm.
Alex
Yeah.
and Donnie Morrow, I mean, this big mega team, they are like, they do a big level. So last year, Alex Montagano, he just crossed over. By the way, congratulations to Alex Montagano. That team just crossed over $100 million, So anyway, so they were the one that get their team together and buy all the pies and literally go and give it out to all of their um, um, sphere of influence. And I think Jordan, the other Jordan, and actually Tony, your son-in-law did something too last year, didn't he? He bought a bunch of stuff and give out
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, they do. They take all kind of stuff. Like they'll take cookie kits. In other words, that they'll take little kits and say, "Here's the recipe to make the cookies, and here's all the ingredients to do it," so
Mm.
that the family, will do something together. They do things like that, and of course, they
Oh,
do the pies and all that. But they like doing things where it's ingredients instead of taking a pie. They take all the ingredients for the pies, and they
mm.
take kits
Oh,
to all
that's
the different
neat.
past customers. Yeah, yeah.
So you're saying
And
Keith can do a chocolate chip cookie kit?
Yay!
Yes, and then he doesn't have to eat them. This is great. This is
No,
great.
that doesn't work for me. That just doesn't work for me. That does not work for me.
But then doesn't get to eat any and sample the cookies to make certain that they're edible.
That's right.
Oh
That's
my
right. That's
God.
right.
Well, you can get little
Anyway,
stickers with your real estate information logos and all that kind of stuff, and stick on all this stuff as you're handing it out, either the kit or the pies or the cookies, whatever. So
That's
that's
true.
yep, part of the game.
Kelly's looking for a way to not have Keith any more cookies. Is that the hint, Kelly? Is that the hint that I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
Last
I
night
don't
he
get baked
last
goods too often. I don't get to do this, but to this time of year, so she keeps a tight rein on it. So I got to make hay while it getting good. Now's
That's
my
right.
time.
Hey Keith,
Oh,
where's your cookie hiding place? You got to have a hiding place for them.
No, well, what I do
no,
is
he
I
bakes
make
he bakes little batches so they're fresh and hot.
them.
oh man.
But my daughter loves it. She comes home from work and she's like, "Are we having cookies tonight?" I said, "Yes, dear, we're gonna have cookies." She wants
No,
cookies.
no,
Let's
she
make.
doesn't. No, no, that is not true.
Sometimes
In
she
your
does.
mind.
Sometimes she does.
Keith's
Uh,
going, do you want some cookies tonight? I do.
in a little bit, I'm getting ready to hit
That's
out
it.
now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Another thing that people can do is a letter from the heart.
Yep.
A letter from the heart basically recaps your year, how many people you helped serve, and it gives your intentions for the following year. And it's a great way to let people know what you're up to. And it's not just about real estate. It may be a vacation that you took, what the kids are doing. And I have a friend every year. She has 6 kids. My best friend from high school. She sends a picture out. I have a picture of her entire family every year at holiday time, and that's what they send out as their holiday card, which I thought was a great idea. But all of us should be every year, at least in January, sending out, and they don't have to ask for it, but send out a market analysis on their house. Just
Hmm.
unsolicited, send it to them. You get a bonus if you use like a Loom or a BombBomb video and you're walking them through it. And if you had a buyer that year, you should be sending them a copy of the Alta statement so that they can have it for their taxes. Also, especially if you're in places like Texas, where the homeowners' taxes are they're astronomical. Every year, people are always protesting their taxes. So you can
Hmm.
send them comps and hey, here's 3 comps where, like yours, where the taxes are lower, so they can protest. So there's different ways that you can also add value to them without waiting for them to reach out to you. Just being proactive. And then I was going to say they don't have to be clients to send them holiday cards. I
Right.
just, before we got on here, Amazon has cards, blank ones. You get 40 or 50 of them for like $12. But you can send them to people you want to be your clients.
Hmm.
Start
Right.
treating them like they're your clients before they actually sign paperwork with you. Keith, if he's having a phone conversation with someone and I told him, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this. But a lady told him her husband had passed. He sent out a bereavement card. He ended up listing the property. She thought he was the most sensitive person on earth.
I
But he
am.
didn't mention he didn't mention real estate in the card. He just did it because, they had had a conversation. So every time you have a conversation with someone that's a meaningful conversation, take out that handwritten note. There it is. There's my handwritten note. We get 100 of these from Amazon for like maybe $18. And whenever I have a conversation, I talked to a lady whose house is about to expire today. She called me through Google. Here's a handwritten note going out to her. So if you implement that practice, then you'll get more business. Just before COVID, I got 6 listings in January from handwritten notes.
Hmm.
People don't want to pay 75 cents or whatever it is for a stamp these days, but if you're willing to do it, you'll reap the rewards.
Absolutely. I mean, I know people got away from mailing, but mailing's coming back, and especially personal notes. With all the AI and self-generated stuff, the personal touch is coming back in style. We,
Yes,
Well,
for
we, had, we
sure.
had a guy a friend of ours that we knew in Boston, and every year he would call his entire phone's database just to say Merry Christmas. That's it. And if he got him, he would talk to him for a second. If he didn't, he'd leave a voicemail, but he'd dial from A to Z every year just to touch base with them and say Merry Christmas.
That sounds like
that's what I
something
was
that
about to lead
I
into
would
that.
do well with.
Yeah.
I would do a lot
I'm
better with
forced to
that.
do it.
All these handwritten
I'm
cards and stuff.
forced to do that right now. We switching CRM, but that's a great idea. I'm forced to do it. I'm just calling clients to say, hey, I had to make a change. You might see the website look different, CRM, but what's new with you? Holidays.
That's
So,
right.
I mean, if you're doing something new in your business, you could just, let them know this is the change. But more importantly, how are you doing this holiday season? What's new with you? And it's just an easy conversation and talk about them. And you drop a little reminder about you making your change in your business. So we have to go through this right now. It's painful, but it's necessary. And it's a great way for me to pick up the phone and call and have a no pressure conversation.
Right.
You
I
know,
love that.
that's one of the thing that I mean, one of the thing that I messed up, which I'm working on fixing this. I mean, I'm from Top Producers Day. I don't know you guys remember that, right? So of course I moved to Top Producer to follow boss, and I'm like lost. Okay, I mean like literally. So I'm still on my phone and trying to do the past client and try to integrate with follow boss because I heard that don't be too investing in follow boss because they're gonna be bought, well, which they already are, bought by Zillow, and now
We,
I'm like, okay, what
uh,
other system? So I went back to just stick with my phone and Google Sheet right now for the database, and it's crazy, but it gives me a chance to always think about how can I reach out to my client one way or the other. So what all I did was just pick up the phone and call them.
Yeah.
So don't even plan to do business in Nashville that much because I refer it out. And I called this client of mine, literally, just because the very first client agent that I trained in Nashville, Tennessee, passed away 2 weeks ago. I mean, she's 55 years old and she passed away. So I have to
ooh,
call these guys that I refer her to work with, many years. And I call up this gentleman, his name is Tan. And I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, like the person that kind of working with you, she passed away. And he's like, oh my God, he felt sorry about it. And he's like, hey, Kim, so can you help me now? I'm like, oh my God, it's like Nashville, right? 4 hours drive. I was going to refer him to the other person, but he said, hey, if you work with me, I got to list my $1 million home and I'm looking for that $1 million home in Brentwood. Are you still working? I'm like, absolutely, right?
That bad feeling went away, huh? Real quick.
Right. So now, 4 hours, and my brother actually lives there. So I'm kind of, going back and forth there nowadays, kind of visiting him, kind of work, kind of, anybody got $1 million, I'm in. I can do that. Anything kind of less than that, I kind of refer it out. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So
Nice.
pick up the phone. That's all I did, and I just made one call to my past client. I don't know how many years I'm bad, right? And there you go. And now I just realized that the whole list of my past client, they all bought homes. They're ready to move on up. It's been years now, so they're ready to move to that $1 million mark. So I'm gonna knock out this holiday. Really, that's my goal for 2026. And I tell people all the time, focus on real estate. There's so many things that we can make money in real estate, right? Call past client and be an investor ourselves. You know what I mean? Like invest in that duplex, invest in those things. And not only you, but call your client up and talk about it. And kind of give them an idea of what they can do for 2026. Because that's what I used to do also. I get people into home that I didn't think they're gonna buy. I get people investment property that I never thought they would. So these are the time that you just pick up the phone and not just call holiday and things, but like ask them what do they plan. Hey, I saw this duplex here and here and here. Here's how much they're gonna pay, and you can qualify for it. I mean, when in there, call them with an idea how to help them become a better investor. So this is the time for you guys to call. And I will commit to do it this year as well. That's my 2026 year is to um, if they're not looking anything, I tell people you got to look for an investment property, just a small one, a duplex, a house to rent it out, something like that. So give them ideas, guys. Holiday, make some money, make them better than what
New
you
Year,
found them.
new home conference, right?
Yes, yes, that's what we do. Back to back, people. So
Who
any
else has an idea for around the holidays, what to do or what they do or what you've heard people do?
And actually, the next question is who is committed to do what we just talked about? That's even better.
I'm gonna
I know.
download. I'm gonna download all my clients and past clients on my CRM and print it out, and I'll just go through and like
Start
what Kelly or Keith is doing, and just call people and check it off.
start
So
calling. That's right.
that'll be the easiest way for me to do it.
That is probably the most effective thing is just to physically touch base with them, because
Right.
the just by you reaching out to them and spending time to reach out to them during the holidays, that's going to mean so much.
And so I would also say that everyone has to, and this is kind of a sidebar, lean on their database. So if you have them marked as past clients, you could pull them. I have a task already, it's been in there all year, that I send out holiday cards to my clients. And they're not Christmas cards, they're holiday cards because I have some people that celebrate other holidays. And so they're already in there. That's a standing thing in my CRM. And so
Yep.
we have to be able to use our CRM effectively because so much money is, if there's an exercise that is fun to do, and it basically shows you all the money that's slipping through the cracks in your database because you haven't made the call or you don't have a next task. And
Yeah.
so I would challenge everyone to always have a next task in your database
Yep.
for that, whether it's a conversation, no matter what it is, have a next step in there for yourself. And that way people won't, you have fewer people slip through the cracks. They still slip,
Yeah.
but you'll have fewer people slip through the cracks by using your database properly.
I remember back in the top producer days with Kim, she would sit around and do Thanksgiving cards and Christmas cards every year. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them every holiday. Is crazy.
It's not fun, but it's
Yeah.
effective because you
Yes, it
never know
is.
who you're touching. You don't know who you're touching that has a need, and then you show up, and in their heart, they're like, "You thought about me. I want to reciprocate and reach out to you and give you my business."
Yeah, at
And
the you don't know their timing, but that card could hit just at the right time.
Right. Right.
yeah, and if you are in if you work with like 55 and up communities, the silent generation, or even some boomers, they still, some of the old school stuff works, like like calendars. Like how many remembers the magnetic calendar that you
Yep.
send out? I I haven't sent those out in years, but I can't tell you how many listings I got from those magnetic calendars, and they still work in those demographics. Now, you're not going to send it to some millennial townhome owners, but if you're sending it to those 55 and up communities, they will keep them and call you. So, don't be afraid to step outside the box of what's
Yep.
socially acceptable today versus what works. She just pulled one out.
Yep, she did.
Hey, I'll tell you, I might be a special. I would say I'm borderline millennial, but I've got so when I bought my house, my real estate agent, he sent me one of those calendar things, and I had it up on my fridge for years. and I was gonna call him when I mean, actually, I did. I started calling him when I started investing. Ended up getting my own license, but yeah, those things do work. I could see that, Kelly.
So I
Yeah.
send this out every year. Just look at it. This is Remax Day. Okay, guys,
ABCs
look
of
at this.
life.
Yes. So I'm gonna redo it. So I was gonna redo it this holiday, and I have them all because I'm like I kept them all this year. This is when I was young and stupid, kind of still. But I did really good.
What does
I
it
saw
say
the
on them?
refrigerator.
Yeah. So I'm more than happy to screenshot this, or you can take a picture real quick into like the ABC of life. So I'm gonna repeat this, and I'm gonna send this out, and I'm gonna do literally mail out for the next year for all my past clients. But before I do this, I'm gonna make the phone call, reconnecting with them, because here's what I say up here. I said that one of the quote I put is, try not to become a man of success, but rather to become a man of value from Albert Einstein. Right here on the top. And so I always been trying to be a value added kind of agent to all of my people. So this would be a good card that I will be. But after my phone call, I'm not gonna mail them out of blue. I'm gonna call them first, rebuild a relationship. And then, so this is the magnet that Kelly is talking about, and I have them every year. Remember the calendar? All of them. So these are the things
Yeah.
that Jordan that you should do as well. Like
Yeah,
ABC of life.
you could even do sports schedules.
Yes.
You can
Are
do,
you
they
sending them
still
out
make them and they're
physically
cheap.
yourself, or you got something doing it automatically?
Are you
No,
talking about?
it's a
There are companies that do it. You tell them what you want to send out, and they put your logos and name and information. And you give them the database. They send it out.
Do you know
yeah,
Cheap and
CSV
easy
file.
method, Jordan, is this little thing that goes on on your card. It
uh-huh.
sticks to the back of your card, and I put it in the card that I mail out, so they can take my card and put it right on their fridge.
Yep.
So you can buy these pennies on the dollar, and I got a whole stack of them. I just put it on my card, put my card in the envelope, and send them out the door. So, and
Yeah.
I got a listing appointment from one of those. A lady I sent it had to be 2 years ago. She called me this year to come out and give her a market analysis on her home, and she's doing some repairs. And I'm scheduled to go back out. But if you want to go to the economical route, just get these little stickers, the magnetic stickers to go on the back of your card. They can pop your card on their fridge all day.
That's so smart because when someone gets a regular business card, they're going to just set it somewhere and it's going to disappear. But if it's got the magnet on it, they're tempted to stick it to something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You just get a whole stack of these things and go for it.
Yep. I
Yeah.
like that. That's cool.
That's as old school as it gets.
It is, isn't it? But it
It's
works.
effective though. It's effective.
It
It's
works.
effective.
It is effective.
Hey
People.
guys, I sorry, Kim. Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
just want to share something. I work with an agent from Canada way back before, and I remember him doing, sending out Christmas cards, holiday cards, and birthdays and stuff to his SOIs. And he's sending this through send out cards. I'll put the link there. But they have their, you can choose the cards there and then you can put your notes in there. They even have options for handwritten fonts. And then
Mhm.
he's sending it with brownies. And brownies you can also purchase from send out cards. It costs about $20 each mailing, but a lot of clients and SOIs, calling him, and he was telling me now they're calling about the brownies, but not about real estate.
I
So
But
would not go to send the other places to go. I wouldn't go to send out card nowadays. Just FYI, is one of
yeah,
those companies that is long story short there, Julie. But there are other the one that we send
yes, a lot right
that I
now.
put it. Julie, what's the name of the company that we put on my
I
follow
use
up?
AM cards.
AM
AM
card.
card.
AM cards,
Yeah.
yes, AM
That
cards.
that company is owned by the guy that we all know, right? So that AM card, that's what I was gonna say, Keller. Use that. Send a car, not really. You know what I mean? It's a
And
whole
the
different.
brownies are 15 if you
Yes.
send
Yeah,
them through
Yeah.
it's a
that.
lot of money, but a lot of people said it's really good. So they're
Yes.
calling him about the brownies, not about real estate.
Think
So
about him. That's the whole key. They're thinking about
Yes.
him.
Get them to talk.
yeah,
Yes.
every time we list a property, we send out 2 brownies with a card that's, some stuff about, hey, it was sweet of you to list with me. It's cheesy as heck. But sometimes people, they always call and say, "Oh my goodness, how did you know that I love brownies? How, oh, I knew we were on the same." Like it solidifies the relationship. These brownies just make people happy.
Yep, that's
Uh,
That's the bottom line. That's what it is. So yeah, Julie, can you put a link, or do we have? I'll send you a link, Jordan. Julie, can you send Jordan the link to AM card?
I just typed AM cards in Google. All I was just doing was sharing the link and seeing if
Oh,
that was
okay.
it.
in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it.
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, those guys are pretty good, and then you can incorporate them in follow up boss. That's what I started
Mhm.
all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
follow up boss.
Companies out there that'll send the calendars, they'll send the sports schedules. The sports schedules can go year round depending on when right before that sports season starts, then you can
Right.
send out the calendar, right? So that's another touch throughout the year.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, guys, let's go and maximize. If you guys have any more idea or who's here willing to execute, for me, idea is great, but execution is a must. And I know, like Jordan, I'm going to help put the whole together, a whole list so I can print it out, and because I'm trying to get used to, because they all know my cellular phone and not the
Yeah.
follow boss number. So that's the challenge that I have, because I don't want to introduce another phone number and then another number, So,
Oh yeah.
but I'll print it out and make a call, and Jordan and I going to do it, right, Jordan? Are you
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be
we
my
got it.
accountability partner? We're gonna do it.
Yeah, we
Y'all
got it.
making sure each other write your 20 personal cards. Makes your phone call.
We're gonna do the phone call for Jordan and I suck at call, but I will do some of the so we committed. So Kelly and Keith, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? Like the next batch for your holiday. Keith, how many cookies you gonna batch you gonna make?
I know I need to make at least 3 or 4 that because the traffic here is so crazy. I'm trying to keep my travel time down. The traffic here just drives me nuts. So
Yeah,
I'm
Okay.
just trying to get those clients within a 30 to 40 minute radius that I can get to. So I got
Okay.
at least, 5 to 7 batches I got to make.
I love it.
Okay. Well, long we're gonna go out and do something. Because this is our goal of these calls is not just talk. We're gonna go and all of us mastermind that we're gonna go and commit to do it. Like me and Jordan, by the end of this year, we're gonna
Can't
call all of
wait to hear success stories afterwards.
Right.
yes,
Well, good.
yes.
All right, guys. Y'all have
Go ahead.
week. I look forward to hearing from you next week after all the Thanksgiving stuff happens.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Good deal.
like I said, if the traffic's too bad, I might have to enjoy the cookies myself. I might might come down to 1 or 2, but I'll do my best. I'm going to do my best.
I call that a win-win.
That's right. That's right. Rob, you and I are on the same page. I definitely love it.
I love it.
I need a recipe, Keith. I need a recipe. I need a
Okay.
recipe.
All right, guys.
if he makes too many, I'll mail them out.
There you go. Mail this way.
I put my
That is
address in the chat.
awesome, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Everybody, love you guys so
Yes,
much,
take
and
care.
enjoy. Happy
See y'all
Thanksgiving.
later.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
next
guys.
Thanksgiving, guys.
Bye.